Okay.
Please don't do that.
I'm gonna say in our city of Neverwinter, we have the Merchant Circle. Our first character is a young elf, half-elf, cleric. She walks in from the northern road, through the gate, into the Merchant Circle. Let me see your piece. She's been traveling from... What town are you from? Do you know what city you're from? It's okay. You don't know. Okay, she's been traveling from a small village, religious village called Toggin. Go ahead and write that down. Toggin.
Where? Oh, I was gonna grab it.
Just anywhere on your background.
So we can get it on.
Or yeah, just write it down so that you'll remember later. Toggin. Toggin. She's an acolyte of... Well, I guess we'll get into that later. But... So describe your character. What does she look like?
So she has tattoos on... Oh, she has a tattoo on her rib of her god symbol, which is a unicorn and a half-crest moon. She holds a shield, which is a crest shape. Has leather. Has the my god sign on it on the front.
Sign.
Too, it's okay. Yeah, so the god sign has war tattoos on her face. She has a dagger on her thigh. She has a long skirt with the slits, and she wears a crop top, and it's her color is blue.
So she has a mace, right? And a shield.
A mace. Oh yeah.
And a dagger. Those are her weapons.
At the back and a shield.
Her hair?
Her hair is red.
Is it long?
Yes.
Is it in a braid or is it just loose or in a ponytail?
It doesn't say, but I like the braid.
Okay, it's a long red braid. Half elf.
And green eyes.
So this half elf cleric with a mace and shield. What is she here for?
Here?
Why did she come to this city?
To look for a bishop.
The Bishop of Neverwinter. So she was told by her priest back in... I already forgot the town. What is it called? Toggin. She's good. The town of Toggin. The priest in the town of Toggin. The church of Tulu, I think, is your god's name. LaRue.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Tate.
The Church of LaRue, the unicorn goddess, told her to go to Neverwinter, travel to Neverwinter, and search for the bishop to finish her spiritual training. Yeah. But the problem is she doesn't know where the church is. So, what do?
I go to the nearest brewery.
Yep, that's where you
I think you mean the tavern.
Tavern.
Where everyone knows you can ask for information if you buy a drink. So, you wander in, and the first thing you see that looks like a tavern has a big red sign called Croggs Tavern. Right here.
Yeah, you can see what something that said.
Hey, when you go inside, there's a big bar area to your right. Everywhere else, there's booths, there's tables, and there's a bunch of people. There's a fire going on. A lot of people talking. And so there's a lot of strange people. There's some half-orcs, there's some other half-elves, there's just a couple elves. There's a few very short people. You can't tell if they're halflings or dwarves or gnomes, because you've never really seen that many. You've only ever been in the town of Toggin most of your life, and it's a pretty small religious town. So you kind of avert your gaze. You don't really want to stare at them too long. There's a very large man in the corner having a drinking contest. It doesn't look very nice, so you stay away from over there, and you go straight to the bar, where the barkeep is a really kind of strong-looking middle-aged human with
The noise.
with silver and white hair that she keeps in a really tight ponytail. She's cleaning a glass while she's like staring at you. And her name is Grog.
Grog.
What a beautiful name. Really rolls off the tongue.
She has like a little patch that clearly like someone not very skilled made for her, but she wears it anyways on her leather vest. It says Grog.
You sound like Marge Simpson.
You can order a drink. You can ask her directly for directions, like without ordering anything.
I'm a little hungry.
Okay, so Grog's still cleaning the glass, and she's like, "You look hungry. What do you want to eat? You got any money?"
Yes, I do. I have money.
All right. What do you want? We've got some.
What's on the special?
We've got some mutton. We've got chicken that looks like mutton. We got turkey that looks like chicken, and we got pork bits. Well, I'll warn you, pork bits we could just scraped off the floor.
Okay. Well, I will try your turkey.
Turkey that looks like
Turkey?
turkey that looks like mutton.
Okay.
All right, no, the turkey looks like chicken.
I'll try your turkey.
All right, that'll be 1 gold piece.
Here you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and say each of y'all have 5 gold pieces to start off with. That's it. Nothing. She didn't give me. I just want like
You have
this.
what?
Just 5 gold pieces to start with.
Okay.
1 gold equals 10 silver. 10 silver.
Alright, let's not get into this.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. This is delicious. Best meal I've had.
That's okay. Well, as Katrina's enjoying her, it's okay. As Katrina's enjoying her, not Katrina, as the elf woman is enjoying her turkey meal that looks like chicken, someone really large and scratchy, like it's really rough when they bump into you. It hurts a lot. It kind of scrapes you. And he apologizes very quickly in a very deep, kind of gravelly, it's not very human voice. Tate, describe your character.
He is.
Oh, he's a singer.
He's 6'8", 320 pounds, blue, gold horns, gold eyes, wearing leather armor. Ooh. Yeah. What, is that it? Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's okay, sir.
Watch it.
So Tate, my question for you is,
Nice.
at this moment, because you are, I mean, you're in your character's
Yeah.
information, he's a thief.
Yeah.
So are you trying to?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to roll sleight of hand,
Trying to steal it.
Wait.
and your let me passive perception. Let me see it. What is it? Oh, we don't know what your passive perception is.
I know. That was really good.
I want to go ahead and let you roll for perception. Go ahead and flip to the front.
Okay.
That's how they get me.
Tate, roll d20. I want you to roll d20 too. It's gonna be the one with the most sides.
On it.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Come on.
Well, technically, this is
Outside.
20 on
Go
it,
outside.
Shit.
Don't let Ryan take the ball.
If you roll the 1,
You rolled a 1.
But
What'd you roll?
1.
Oh. Do you have what's your
She was a 3.
She was talking.
no,
But you
then I
rolled.
get to reroll.
No, you rolled a 3. Sleight of hand is so +6, so you rolled a 7. So your perception. I don't know, it's gonna be over here. Perception
I need that gold, man.
+5. So 3 + 5 is
8.
8. So Katrina. So as this giant thing like bumps into you, and goes, because he's a dragon, so his scales scrape against you. You're like, ow! He's just wearing a crop top. You feel And he's apologizing, like, oh, sorry. He seems very nice, but you feel a giant clawed dragon hand trying to stealthily sneak into your coin purse and snatch it, and you're like,
I want to take his hand, get my dagger, and watch it.
okay, I want you to roll for intimidation. And Tate, trying to remember what it is for not intimidation. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and roll for intimidation. Did you roll a d20? You'll be fine. You don't roll anything. Oh. Okay, so Tate. This tiny little half elf that you thought would look really weak at first, and it's super easy to just steal from her, and she won't do anything. Like, I can just go on my way and be happy and whatever. All of a sudden, she grabs your giant wrist with her tiny little hand, and there's a dagger in your face, and like, you just blink, and there's a dagger in your face. She says, "Watch it."
Shit.
Do you back off?
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Respect.
So
Respect, little mama.
the situation is diffused. Do you want to introduce yourself?
So where are you from?
Well, I'm broke.
Hang on,
You don't ask what his name is first?
You just tried to do my gold.
Yeah, okay. I'm not really from anywhere.
What?
Agala.
Are you from Louisiana?
Agala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sit your ass to the backstory.
I'm already having such a great time, you guys.
Let's hear it.
I look off into the distance and like little squabble, like the like, like flashbacks and
Okay,
so
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
with a
What?
little smolder.
Yeah, I'm good. And then like a really like Morgan Freeman, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
That's
like oh.
Hatched while being eaten by a clan of cannibalistic dragonborn. Because I'm the dragonborn.
Okay.
My name is Iba.
Iba.
Oh my god.
Profen. Iba used his innate birth weapon to avoid death. Although Dragonborn developed rather fast, he seemed to develop a bit faster. I'm losing the voice.
Yeah,
Wandering the woods at the age of 3, a guild of rogues picked up the child and raised him as one of theirs. Struggling to pick up the trade of stealth, being a Dragonborn and all, he still had the need to be the best he could. After mastering the art, the guild decided it would be best if he ventured out into the rest of the world on his own. With the goal of doing right by the world that wronged him, he is set on making it a better place, while also making himself better. He still carries a strong distrust towards others, due to the fact that he was...
Okay, so usually we don't tell other people, like, that backstory stuff is, like, goes throughout while y'all play, like, y'all interact, and your character tells the other characters when they want. But it's okay. No, it's okay. Like, that's perfectly fine. So now y'all know out of character, but in character y'all don't know any of that. So you have to remember that.
Okay.
Oh, in character, we don't know his backstory.
You could.
I was telling Katrina.
You can every now and then roll a
Or-
perception check if he's trying to be secretive about something about his past. You can roll a perception check now since you do know out of character, and if you are able to like look into it, like insight, not perception but insight. If you're able to like read him really well, and since you know the information out of character, you can do that. So I'll let you do that.
Okay.
So that's a disadvantage of letting people know what your backstory is.
So in short,
Yeah.
I say, I'm not really from anywhere.
My character won't know then.
Okay.
But that's all
Yeah,
I
no,
say
yeah.
to you.
Oh, it's okay. No, I'm not saying now, but like later, like
Yeah.
when y'all get to know each other.
I mean, yeah, now, like,
Well, she asked, like, where you from?
Okay.
yeah.
Where you from, big boy?
She didn't ask my
Do you
name.
want to
Hey,
tell
your
her?
son's getting
Okay.
real low.
Do you want to ask him his name?
Iba Profen.
Yeah.
So, what do they call you?
Iba.
Iba.
They gave me the nickname Stabby.
Stabby?
Stabby.
That
Because
works.
I stab.
B?
No.
No. Okay. Well, nice to meet you. I am Iba.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me?
What do I call you?
Oh.
Oh, well, my name is Keytris.
Keytris.
Keytris Quinn.
Keytris Quinn. Keytris Quinn.
Yes.
Oh my god, they're so annoying.
Interesting. What brings you to this dirty dark parts?
Well, I am actually looking for the bishop in the city.
I don't know him.
Oh. Well,
Sorry.
I was going to ask around, but I haven't gotten to that yet, so.
You know what?
All of a sudden, you hear this giant, disgusting belch from the corner of the room. And, like, a small crowd of, like, big muscly men, like, jump to their feet and they're like, ah! Chug, 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 chug. Richard, describe your character chugging. It's a giant keg, not beers, but like just a keg, like the actual barrel, like you're chugging the barrel.
Well, you know, there's a bunch of guys, the boss boys, as we like to call them, circling around. You know, they're just picking that barrel up with his massive pythons.
One arm?
Massive pythons.
Plural.
Plural.
And, you know, he's standing there. Only so much of it can actually go in his mouth, so some of it's pouring down the side, down his shirtless body. As it drips to the
What am I
floor.
looking at? Can I?
Oh,
See
well,
the
he's a very muscular man
Oh.
with a ponytail. He has brown hair. Don't look at his name. Brown hair and green eyes with a scar across his face.
Wow.
Very handsome. Very strong.
Wait, I got it.
I don't know what else to
So
describe.
no, it's okay. So Tate and Katrina, not Tate and Katrina, Iba,
Just remember I got something.
Iba, okay, Iba and Keytris
Or think about it like
are interrupted, and they both at the same time glance over and look at this like giant barbaric douchebag chugging the barrel of ale, the barrel of ale.
Wow.
Well.
What a man.
Bridger, the barbarian, the one chugging the barrel, finishes completely empty. And he's totally fine standing. And he's like, "Yeah, you can act it out if you want."
Fuck yeah. Boss boys for life, bitch.
And makes eye contact with the giant dragonborn across from him. He is the only dragonborn in the room. And you have the urge to challenge him. Like, you feel challenged, but just by his giant presence, that he wants to drink challenge you. Like, he wants to challenge you to a chugging contest.
They just looked at each other both like,
You! Massive scale! Why did I talk like that? You know how to drink?
So Bridger, he like charges over, pushes people out of the way, like shoves them, like someone goes flying, and he faces Ibo.
Iba.
Iba.
How is this hard for you to remember? It's literally Iba Profen.
Iba, I don't know. Iba, he like comes up to Iba and he says, "You know how to drink, right?"
Yes. Do you care to challenge me?
I may not know how to drink very well, but I know how to remove scum from a tavern of lovely ladies.
Fuck women, I'm gay. No, I'm not gay. I'm kidding.
use that one more.
Character development.
I'm kidding. I'm gay. Just a little tipsy.
I will take you up on that challenge.
Alright, but be careful. They call me the leader of the boss boys for a reason.
Grog at the bar nearby, like still cleaning that same glass, is like clears her throat.
Shut up, you old hag.
Okay.
She looks at the barbarian, still cleaning the glass. She's like, fuck you.
If you want to slip him a little something in his drink, I wouldn't mind.
If y'all want to participate in this challenge together, I assume you want barrels, like the last time. Yes?
Yes.
Why, of course.
You originally had 10 pieces because you're a barbarian, you raided someone's house. You wasted 5 on a barrel of ale, so you only have 5 left. You're gonna waste your next 5 on another barrel? I'm glad to give you a barrel if you want to. If you give me that 5 gold
Can I
pieces.
beat him up for money? Take some of his money.
Yes, you can, but yes.
He stole my idea.
How about, guys, they'll arm wrestle first, and whoever loses has to buy.
The boss boys behind Bridge are like, yeah! Do it! Arm
Are you
wrestle!
gonna back down from the challenge?
Arm
I
wrestle!
will take you up on that arm wrestle.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
I kind of like it.
this is gonna be okay. So roll for strength. Let me see. Wait, what's the? I need that character sheet. You know what? I have. Roll athletics. That's what it is.
What are we rolling?
Not you.
I know, but it's a weepy number.
Feeling sorry. Feeling sorry for you. Sorry.
That's okay.
Feeling sorry for you. Grog goes ahead and slides you a free drink of like her finest ale.
My girl. Thanks.
My girl.
What do we
Okay,
what do
my
we roll?
athletics is
D20. Sorry.
So. Mine's negative 1.
Go right ahead. Ladies
Wait,
first.
acrobatics is okay.
Ladies first.
12. Not bad.
What do you roll?
8.
Okay, so what's your
Plus
proficiency though? So 8 plus 5.
13.
Plus 4. 16.
Oh, okay. So y'all get in real close. I want y'all go ahead and do it. Move the cup.
Yeah.
We're just acting though. Okay. So y'all will stare at each other in the eyes. Dragonborn versus barbarian. Tate has before Grog says start. Iba has the urge to ask his opponent what his name is.
Who am I battling today?
The name is Hepititus.
Valiant's name. I know the clan. All too well.
And then Grog says, go! And muscles, dragon muscles, barbarian muscles. There's a lot of, the table cracks, so the weight of their muscles just like straining.
I use my breath weapon.
The force of it nearly breaks the table beneath their elbows, their manly elbows. And then so slowly, the dragon strength is just too much for Bridger's barbarian. Bridger's just too drunk from that, too tipsy from that. Sorry, I keep saying I was using real names. Hepititus is just too tipsy from that giant barrel he drank in one go. So his barbarian strength fails him tonight as the Dragonborn bests him in a match of arm wrestling and poof, slams his fist on the table. So what was the who won what?
And the boss boys crown Tate are.
Now all the boss boys like migrate towards the Dragonborn. Iba. And Grog's like, hey, don't get so rowdy.
The loser has to buy the beer for the chugging contest.
I look to Hepititus and I say, that was a valiant battle. I pardon the challenge as the winner and wish to know you better. And I do that like that.
Little.
No.
This one.
Yes. Comrades.
Nice.
So a new friendship has been made.
Plus by friendship.
The hearts appear over their clasped arms.
And one of the boss boys, one of the more drunk boss boys, he's like going like this. His name is William. And he's like, hey, woo, I'm a dog. We need some music, guys. We need some music. Hepititus. Some music, right? We need some music. And so he gets he's having an issue finding his coins, but eventually finds a few coins and he throws it at this hooded girl in the corner with she looks like some sort of string instrument. You can't really see her, she's kind of staying into the shadows. She has the hood on. But he throws the coins at her and he's like, hey! Shorty, play me some music! And she's like, you know, obviously it's not very appreciative of the behavior or the way the attitude. But she scoops up the coins anyways. Because he gave her way too much for one song. She picks up the coins anyways, puts them. So now she has 8 coins, 8 gold coins, and it starts playing a song. And as she starts playing the song,
play me a melody. You're the
Sing
piano
us a
man.
song of the piano man.
You're the bard woman. What's the timer at?
19.
Damn.
starts playing,
Where's the fucking shit?
and the tavern kind of starts going quiet
Oh, thank God I don't have to sing right now.
as she starts to sing.
Oh, that's from Dragon Age.
Yeah.
You want me to sing right now?
No. And I'm narrating, and this is you.
Okay.
This is
cool.
you.
Got it.
And the
Sounds
tavern gets
munchies.
really quiet. The boss boys even start getting a little bit more like quiet, like listening. They're getting real into the music. It's soothing. And as because you can't keep your eyes off her once she starts playing and singing. And as you stare at her playing, you notice the hood, like the shadows start to kind of bleed away from the candlelight and the firelight, and you notice her features.
She is a tiefling. This is what she looks like. She's wearing patchwork clothing, with, of course, you know, a hood over her face, and so like a peasant shirt with patches, you know, a long skirt with patches, probably torn at the bottom, really worn down, old-looking shoes, and some really cheap-looking threadbare leather armor, and I believe that's all I needed to share. She's like, how tall is she? She's 5'6". Short, but still taller than me, so.
Wow.
Oh, also she has a tail.
Just a sharp little devil tail.
She's really good, guys.
I think we should go talk to her.
But let's just listen a little longer.
I'm gonna eat my snack.
Grog, feeling sorry for the barbarian that lost. She usually doesn't do this, but she kind of likes his kind of bravado, so she gives him some free snacks so that he can work off the tipsiness.
I'm a bed magnet.
So, Iba,
Yes.
why are you here?
I was just looking for a job, looking for more money, some way to better myself. Nothing for the master. The master.
You kind of feel like
Hepititis?
since he tried
Who?
stealing.
Hepititis.
Wait.
Oh,
You kind of feel like since he tried stealing from you, he might be lying. So roll perception, insight check. So roll d20. Not to better himself. You know what I'm saying? Like he's lying through his teeth. He's not looking for a job. He's looking for people to steal from.
Okay.
Well, that's what you think. So you're looking to see if it's true. Insight right here +3. So what did you roll? 18. Oh, okay. So she totally. I mean, tell us if you're telling the truth or not. All of a sudden he turns into a demon.
That's a resounding no.
I lied a bit. I am in town for money. I mostly make my money by stealing.
No, okay. So your
I
character.
lied.
No. Sorry, I forgot. I'm not gonna explain it to
Don't
you.
lie.
Your character doesn't say this. She can just tell.
Oh.
So tell her what she's seeing, like what she can tell from just listening.
I'm lying. I am stealing money mostly, not a job. But I do take up jobs, but they're typically not good jobs.
So like a mercenary.
Yes.
Okay. So you can choose to say something, like call him out, or just not say anything. So you're.
That's hot.
What
He
kind
looks
of
a little-
jobs do you do?
Mostly baking.
Baking?
Baking.
What do you bake?
Pies. Cakes. Some macaroon.
Oh my
Well,
god.
let's put that to a test.
Yes, find me an oven.
Grog kind of like looks at you two and then looks at Hepititis and says, "What about you, kid? Why are you here?"
I'm just looking for myself.
He gets like a little misty eyed.
I was once lost. I'm just trying to find myself in this ocean of fish. My name's Nemo. No, I'm just lost.
Grog
I'm trying to find myself.
kind of sniffles. That's it. That's all she does. All of a sudden, boom! The front door.
I don't like that.
The front door of the front door of the tavern bangs open. I don't want to hit those. And two short, very short figures walk in.
Oh, beat their ass.
The music stops. She's interrupted. Because
Who fucking stopped the music?
they aren't just ordinary people that walk into this tavern. I mean, Bridger and Hepititus and Iba will be able because they come to this. They've been in this city for a little while and they've come to this tavern before. These two figures, the way they carry themselves, isn't the way normal patrons. Patrons of this tavern, like regulars. They don't look like this. They don't carry themselves like this. Like one of them, the one in the front that's leading because there's two of them. The one in the front, he's walking towards the bar, or not towards the bar, so towards the center of the tavern. He's walking towards the center of the tavern. They both have these cloaks. I mean, the first guy you can see, he's a dwarf, very clearly a dwarf, because he's got this huge brown beard and these like iron clasps that look very dwarven. They have like dwarven designs like carved into them, and so it's a long beard that goes kind of down his chest and almost tucks into his belt. He's wearing like really not heavy armor, because most dwarves do wear heavy armor, but he seems more like a city dwarf. So he's got more of like a leather armor type thing, but it looks really nice. So not threadbare like our music entertainer person. I don't know what to call her. And everything is kind of like a brownish red color on his clothes, and he puts his cloak back, or his hood back, and he's got kind of like a another braid going from his hair. Like he's got long hair, goes down his back into another braid with like iron clasps in it, dwarven make. And he's got like a little scar right here on his cheek. He's got big green eyes, and he's kind of some big bushy eyebrows, and he's like looking at everybody in the tavern as he stops in the center of the tavern. And the person behind him you see is another dwarf, but it's a woman. And she pushes her hood back, and she's got long silver hair that goes just, it's in a ponytail. There's like an iron clasp that holds it right here, and then all her hair goes down her back in a ponytail. And her cloak mostly, she keeps her cloak around her, and it's a deep purple cloak that keeps the rest of her clothes hidden, so you don't see what she's wearing. But she has no scars on her face. She's got did y'all hear that?
That was me.
Oh. I said no electronics. Just kidding. She's got bright green eyes. She's about 4 feet. He's about 4'6", 4'7". She's only 4 feet. Pale and freckled. But she doesn't say anything. He's the one that looks around and it says, "Oi! I need some mercenaries, some people to help me out. I've got lots of money. Someone's willing. I'm willing to pay. Come meet me at this table, and we'll talk business." And he goes and he takes a chair and he sits down, and the silver-haired dwarf sits next to him. She puts her hood back on.
Iba.
I sprint over there.
Hepititus gets up out of his chair, whoosh, and one single leap, he lands into a chair next to the dwarven male.
I act like I have to follow him. Like, I don't really want to go, but he went, and he's my new friend. I gotta sit with him.
It's his new friend. Iba feels obligated to get up and carry himself over there, even though he really doesn't care about this dwarf because he looks a little snobbish. He takes over there. Do you take a seat?
But I'm actually really excited about this job. Yes, I take a seat.
I followed. I figured since I didn't want to travel into the city by myself, so and I I hope that's where they're going, so I'm curious.
Okay.
My character slowly wanders to to a table nearby to eavesdrop on the conversation.
Okay. So I want you to make a. I think it's. I don't know what eavesdrop is. Eavesdropping a stealth or perception?
I think it's. Good question.
Well, no, because she doesn't want them knowing she's eavesdropping. So I think it's stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth roll. So D20 and then plus your whatever your stealth modifier is.
Ooh, 19.
Okay, so
3.
I mean, y'all kind of already forgotten that the music was playing, and she was always in the corner. I mean, she was in the corner in the shadows, so, I mean, the minute that she stops playing, y'all forget about her, and y'all sit down at the table with the dwarves, totally not realizing at all that she has moved from her corner and sat at a table very close by to listen to y'all's conversation. And the dwarf man says, "All right, I need a pint of ale and names. You, what's your name?"
Keytris Quinn.
Keytris Quinn. What are you?
I am half elf.
You look like an acolyte. Are you a cleric?
I'm a cleric.
Do you heal people?
Yes.
Good, we'll need that. You, what's your name?
Iba.
Iba?
Yes.
Just Iba.
Profen.
Never heard of that name before. You're dragonborn, aren't you? You look like a dragonborn.
Yeah.
Lizard folk. You hatched from an egg?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know how to fight?
I know how to stab.
Good enough. And then one of the tavern wenches or whatever they're called, barmaids comes and one of the barmaids comes and puts the pint of ale in front of the dwarf and he chugs it and he burps and then points at Hepititus and goes, "You, what's your name?"
Hepititis.
Hepititus.
Hepititus Wolfheart.
Okay, Wolfheart.
Yeah.
You barbarian.
Ah!
I knew it from looking at you. I've seen people that look exactly like you.
I could lift a truck.
Good. I don't know what a truck is, but I've got a cart that needs to be escorted.
Perfect. I can lift the cart.
That was awesome.
You will get 10 gold pieces each if you escort this cart to a town called Phandalin.
Who? Fondling?
Phandalin.
I like the sound of that.
Vandalin.
Mandolin.
Violin?
How do you spell that?
Mandolin.
PH.
Mandarin.
This is something y'all should write down. PHANDALIN. And y'all should
Mandarin?
Phandalin. PHANDALIN. And you should write down you'll get 10 gold pieces too. Because otherwise I could totally just give y'all 5 and you won't remember. You'll get paid when you take it to Phandalin. I want y'all to take it to a place called Barthen's Provisions in Phandalin. And the man there will give y'all the 10 gold pieces if you deliver it safely. All intact, nothing missing. Looking at you, Stabby. I know that's probably what they call you, isn't it?
They call me Bakey.
Okay.
It's a trading post. So, it'll be a big wagon with 2 horses, I think.
We don't need horses. We have me.
My name is Gundren Rockseeker.
What a fucking stupid ass name.
Fuck you.
What is it?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, not 10.
No, I take it back. What a noble name.
What is it?
Bravery.
Gundren? Oh, Gun.
Does it matter? Do we have to know your name?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be... Yeah, because okay, trust me, you'll need to know. Gundren. Gundren. Rock.
Gundren.
Yeah, I didn't say it right, but...
Rock Seeker. I mean, as long as you say it right, I guess.
Gundren. Guten Fahrrad.
My name is Gundren Rockseeker. This is my friend, Silver Hallwinter.
Just a friend.
Yes. We just recently met. She's,
On nomingle.com.
well,
Dwarf mingle. You're right. You
Racist.
she's actually from a city nearby called Waterdeep.
Ooh.
She's agreed to go with me to Phandalin in hopes to learn what happened to her friend. They're part of the Lord's Alliance, which is an allied political group of allied political powers concerned with mutual security and prosperity. They ensure the safety of cities and other settlements by proactively eliminating threats, and they bring honor and glory to the name of their order. So yeah, she's basically a bodyguard for me.
She's a
That's
bodyguard
it.
for you?
Yes, she's a very powerful wizard dwarf. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of still has her cloak up. She's just sitting there, waiting to leave. She looks like she doesn't really want to be here.
I stick my tongue at her.
She just kind of looks at the dragonborn, gives him a
word.
weird look, and then looks away. So Gundren finishes his ale.
I asked you if Gundren wants to be a boss boy.
Gundren says, "I don't know what that is, but it sounds fucking legit."
Yes.
When you take my supplies to the trading posts successfully intact, I'll think about joining your boss boys. For now, I will go ahead to take care of some business that I have.
Wait 1 second.
Here we
What?
go.
What exactly are we transporting?
I'm pretty sure it's... Oh, it's just a wagon of assortment of mining supplies and food. This includes a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale. Don't drink it. Shovels, picks, and crowbars, about a dozen each, and 5 lanterns with a small barrel of oil, about 50 flasks in volume. The total value of this cargo is 100 gold pieces.
And why are we only getting 10?
Because you're escorting it. I own this. How much do you want?
Make it 15.
15, why?
Because I need it
For what?
to find my bishop.
You don't need money to find bishop.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. The bishop, the church is right over here. He pulls out a map, puts it on the table, and he points. He points at this area where it looks like a temple, and he goes, "That's the church of Saint Clint."
Clit? What a beautiful name. Really rolls off the tongue.
Titus can't say
It's a temple of many gods.
It's a family name.
It's a temple of many denominations and many gods. I assume your unicorn god is there too, and your bishop.
So I don't need to go.
What do you mean?
Aren't we here and the church is there?
That's where you wanted to go, isn't it?
I'm confused. I thought you were going into
she's
the
not
city.
very smart.
We're going. I'll give you. You know what? Since I'm so fucking nice, I'm gonna give y'all the map of the Sword Coast region.
Oh,
Gives it to Katrina
Alright.
because she looks really smart.
She's not though. Isn't she the dumbest one here?
That's you, Richard.
What? No.
All your brains are in your muscles.
Storm, you want to look at my intelligence?
So stupid.
Say it again. I got 10 intelligence.
So you are here currently.
Yes.
You will follow
Smarter than 10.
the King's Road down here,
Oh
and
shit.
you're gonna take at a. There's a giant ugly rock right there. It looks like my mom's head, and she's real ugly. Trust me, you'll know when you see it. And you're gonna take a left there at that giant ugly rock, and a few miles after that, I think a few couple dozen miles. That's a lot. It's a few days. That's all. Take a right, and yeah, there at that turn. There will be a sign, Phandalin, about 10 miles. So that's all.
Well, then I will keep the 10. and I will help you.
Okay. Sounds good. 10? Oh, wait. You're not. Oh, that's right. You're not. Sorry. 10?
I'm trying to
10 is
figure out
good?
how I'm joining them.
Right.
As my
I see no problem.
Problem is, we need two people walking on either side of the wagon, someone driving the wagon, and someone in front to keep scout.
Ooh, I want to drive.
Ambushing. Okay, you're driving. Okay. You and the big dragon fella.
Yeah,
who are on the sides. We need someone in the front. Anybody want 10 gold pieces?
My character steps up and she says, I believe I can do that job for you.
You say that, and he kind of squints. Can't really tell with your hood, and his eyesight isn't very good. He goes, "Are you a fucking tiefling?"
Thank you for putting it so wonderfully. Yes, sir. I am a tiefling.
My mom always said I was very eloquent.
Well,
better than my two dumb brothers.
Well, I would be sorry to meet your brothers then.
Yes, you would.
I feel like someone's throwing shade at me, but I don't know. It's all just a fantasy.
What are you talking about?
I didn't know you lived under a rock.
I am a rock.
Even better.
A rock that's fragile.
So, I will meet the bishop later.
So you will be a scout.
Indeed I will.
I don't know much about tieflings. You smart?
I would like to think so. Been on my own for quite a while, so I've had to learn.
You know how to travel in the wilderness?
Indeed. Been, like I said, been on my own, a nomad for most of my life.
I'll take it. You okay with
Did I
this
miss it?
devil baby joining your ranks?
Whoa now, let's not call her a devil baby.
I don't
Look at her. She's a devil. She's got horns. She got that pointy tail.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, you're like 4 feet tall, so you can shut the fuck up.
He stands up. When he stands up, there's literally no difference. And when he was sitting down, so he's like goes boom.
It's actually a little shorter.
I can give you 5 gold pieces instead of 10.
Hey,
Never mind.
big things come in small packages.
He goes. He's not sure if that was a compliment or not. So he kind of like he's like, I'm watching you. He's like, all right, me and my friend. So me and Silver got to head out, take care of some business. Y'all can. I'll buy y'all rooms here at the tavern. Y'all can rest up, and then head out, or y'all can go ahead and head out, do your business, whatever you want at the church, and then head out. The wagon will be ready to go for you tonight over here at the stables.
It's a shitty wagon.
Fuck you. And the horses. No, see, they'll be loading up the goods. The people will be loading up the goods here.
You know,
And the horses.
afford a
It'd
wagon
be
like
best not to look a gift horse in the mouth.
And the horses will be here. And they're gonna load the horses.
I say we help Keystone go to her.
Keystone Light.
Keytris. My name's Keytris.
Keytris go to her bishop.
Alright, y'all do that. Farewell.
Thank
And
you,
I hope
guys.
y'all deliver the goods intact.
Thank you.
Let's go, Silver.
Indeed.
As he walks out, he steals somebody's. He doesn't steal, he just takes. Like, right in their face, takes their ale. And like chugs it as he walks out, and Silver just kind of like shakes her head and goes with him, without saying goodbye or looking at you guys.
Well, so what time is it?
It's 7:30 p.m. right now, literally no, and in the game it is too, 7:30. So the sun is down. It's not too late in the evening. It's still a pretty young part of the night. So
I
y'all could-
ask
Keytris?
Key. I asked her Kiki, what did you want to get done at the church?
Well, I'm not quite sure yet. I just know that
Well, you know that you have to finish your spiritual training to become a full-fledged cleric. Right now, you're just an acolyte. You want to become a full-fledged priestess. You're not a priestess yet.
How long
right.
So she says all that to you.
How long will that take?
She will find out when she meets the bishop and she talks to the bishop.
Yeah. I will find out when we if y'all would like to join me to go meet him.
I've made some plans with some women.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll catch up with you in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, so does Bridger Hepititus stay at the tavern? And just
Yes, and invite
drink with the boss boys and all the women in the tavern? Like, because there's a lot of, like, barmaids that are, like, flirty.
Yes.
And other women in the tavern.
Yes.
Okay, so Bridger comes off back to his corner with the boss boys.
I, now being accepted by the boss boys, linger in the tavern and steal their money.
Okay, I want you to roll. How many boss boys are there?
Let's say 25.
Wow.
What the fuck?
That's a
Okay,
lot.
we're gonna do a little less than that.
Before
Because
we
he's gonna have to roll
15.
for each
Just
one.
say 5.
Oh, 10.
Okay. Tay, I want you to roll for sleight of hand 10 times. What we can do is, here, look. Everyone give him your D20.
I'll give you my D.
Okay, no, not that, Bridger.
Oh, you're alright.
How many is that?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So you just need one more?
While this is occurring, I will accompany you to the entrance of the church.
Wonderful.
Would not imagine
Okay,
that they
so-
would like to accept me to their doors, but I will take you along the way.
Come with me. Yes, please.
I like that. Can you turn off the timer?
No. Oh my
Okay, so as we're gonna go ahead and keep doing that, and you're gonna have to add your sleight of hand proficiency to each one. So I mean, quiet while you're doing it. So it goes
Yeah, pull out
these two.
calculator.
Okay, so you've done eating. You give your empty plate to Grog, and Grog says, "Thank you for your what's
Thank
it,
you,
your
Grog. Thank you. It was decent.
oh decent, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not used to.
not exactly 5-star.
Sorry.
No,
No.
yeah, you can leave now."
Okay.
And she starts washing the plate.
Again, sorry.
And I guess y'all can get up. The door's right there. Y'all can leave. And y'all now, since he pointed out, he gave y'all his map of the city, so y'all know how to find your way. So when y'all are going, y'all kind of pass this like little mini watchtower that like soldiers of the King's Guard, kind of watching the merchant circle for people like Iba. I said it right. Iba, and y'all pass them. They don't really notice you because y'all don't. I mean, you're just two women walking by, and y'all go through these this kind of like really large archway that leads into another part of the merchant circle, which is also kind of more of like a residential area for middle class, working class people. The merchants actually live there. This is where they work. That's what they live with their families and stuff. And also the church is there, so a lot of their work is done over here in the slums, but y'all aren't gonna go over there. That's where it's dirty, like it is nasty over there. So definitely not going over there.
Okay.
Katrina seems to be a little put off when she looks in that direction. We go up to the church. It looks, basically think of like a mix between a cathedral with its pointed bits at the top, but shut up, I don't know architecture terms. But like a Greco-Roman style, like of the like, so these pillars all around, and it's a big circle structure. And so the top is different pointed rooftops, and then these giant pillars, like not ceramic, marble pillars.
Okay.
And then these steps. There's not too many steps, but they're pretty big. So you kind of have to walk the steps while you go up into the cathedral, and it's a pretty open cathedral, and it's very large. You okay?
I'm burping.
Oh, it's pretty large. The nightlife is kind of lively. I mean, it's still, like I said, still early in the night, so there's people still walking around, like buying things and whatever, trying to sell their stuff before people start going home for bed. And the church is kind of, you can hear people inside, but it's always like soft spoken. Like any conversation you do hear, you do hear some like chanting, very echoey, almost like ghosts. So you don't know where it's coming from within the church, but you can hear it. And you can see it's a very open church, like I said, and you can see when you walk in like different sections of the church have different areas where, like, shrines where different gods are being worshipped and given what is it called? Like, not sacrifice, but like offerings to the different gods.
Okay.
You immediately, like, kind of within yourself, know where to go because you're drawn to your god. You have that divine connection. So you go to your left and kind of up some stairs, and there's this kind of, it looks like a library, but there's a lot of different looking kind of people, because mostly in the bottom section, everyone like kind of looks like, and they're all wearing the same type of robes. But upstairs in your section, you see it's kind of almost like a tavern sign. There's a big crescent moon and then the unicorn. And everyone in there, like, looking at the books and stuff, they're kind of very different looking from each other. There's, like, a dwarf, there's a half-elf, there's even a strange-looking green man. He doesn't have tusks, though, so you can't tell if he's an orc or not. But you don't want to stare too long if he is an orc, so you can look away. And then sitting at a big table in the middle of the bookshelves and stuff, is an old human man with one missing eye, and he's wearing these heavy gray robes that kind of like weigh him down, so his shoulders are like slumping, and he's reading through this really old book. Just kind of going like this. It doesn't look like he's reading, he just looks like he's flipping through it. And she's with you. She's like, no one has stopped her from entering the church. She might get one like strange glance because her features, I mean, they can see like the dark skin, but then they look away because they just aren't sure and they don't want to stare.
Well, I was gonna ask her. Well, on our way over there, I was gonna ask her name.
Okay, so while you're going to the church.
Good evening.
So I never caught your name.
This is while y'all are going to the... So I described all that. Y'all have that for information for later. But you're going to the church now. You're passing through the residential area.
My name is Alida Benoit.
Alita. What was it?
Alida Benoit.
Alita. Am I saying that right?
Alida.
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 Benoit. Okay. Well, I'm Keytris Quinn. I don't know if you caught that. Nice to meet you.
That's nice to meet you as well.
And I really appreciate you coming with me. I don't know exactly what. I mean, I'm trying to finish my stuff to become a
Spiritual training.
Thank you. To become a what was it called again?
A priestess.
A priestess. So gotta see how long that's gonna take. Hopefully not too long, so we can get this job taken care of. But we're gonna go look for the bishop.
Alright, well, I will accompany you.
Awesome. Thank you. And then we go inside and we find that old man.
Okay, so the man's sitting there like...
Excuse me, sir.
There's one good eye. He's like, what? And he's still flipping the pages.
I was wondering where I could find the bishop.
The who?
The bishop?
I don't know. The Richard?
Nope.
I don't know no Richard.
The bishop.
And as she says it like really loud, it echoes throughout the church, and like the singing stops, and then like the and the dwarf and the other people going around the bookshelves in this section kind of like look, and then they notice you're talking to the old man. They're like, oh, and they keep going. And he goes, I'm the bishop of Church of Clit.
Church of what?
Clit.
Did you not hear that?
Where are you from?
I'm from Toggin.
Togan.
Toggin.
Oh, so you from Togan?
Yes,
You-
sir.
What's your? Do you know your priest's name? Did I ever write that down for you?
Not that I know of.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna make up a
Reginald.
name. You're Reggie's acolyte, aren't you?
Reggie.
I know Reggie. We go way back. He saved my life once, but then he took my eye. No, wait, no, that was somebody else. Never mind.
Oh.
What did you say your name was again?
Keytris Quinn?
Citrus?
Nope. Keytris Quinn.
Keytris.
Yes, sir.
Keytris. You're looking for Richard?
Richard? No. The bishop.
The bishop.
Yes.
Girl, you don't have to yell. I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
He goes, looking for the bishop. Unfortunately, the bishop of the Church of Clit has not been in here in his office for quite some time. A week or two he's been missing. He went on a spiritual quest, a pilgrimage, if you like, to... God, I can't remember the town he went to, but it was way out west.
Does it start with a P?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so. Maybe. Well, he went west.
West from here?
Yes. Past the Neverwinter forest. Wood. Sorry.
That's east.
That's what I meant. I said east, didn't I?
No, sir. You said west.
I said west.
Yes.
West?
West.
Where?
Anyways, where did the bishop go? East?
Richard?
Bishop?
Bishop. Bishop, he went... Bishop isn't here. The bishop of St. Clit is not here.
Yes, you said he went on a quest.
He went on a pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage.
Who said quest? Nobody said quest.
Oh my god.
Church, the bishop of the church, went out west to a town called
East?
East.
Bro, Will's
He went
fucking
out-
dead.
What? Let me see.
He's not dead, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah, but...
No electronics.
Sorry.
He went out east to a town called Golden Arrow. Far, far east. He said he wasn't coming back until 30-10 day.
What's that?
10 day is 10 days.
You said 30.
Yeah, 30-10 days.
So
300. He's going to be gone for 300 days?
Did I say 300 days? Oh, you're not here. I meant 3-10 day.
Oh, 30
so 30 days.
A month?
A month.
Yes.
Oh. And you said he left a week ago?
Did I say that?
Okay.
He left a week ago.
Okay.
About a week ago. Look what I said a week ago.
We haven't heard. He's been sending letters regularly. Every day. Since then, he has not. We haven't heard anything from the bishop. You'll have to come back. If you give me your information, I will send a raven to you whenever we get a sign of him. Now, if you don't mind, I'm reading up on LaRue's relationship with another goddess that I don't remember the name of.
Where did you say he left to? Golden what?
Golden Arrow. Are you hard of hearing?
No.
You should get that looked at.
Are you sure I should?
Yes? You're too young to be having hearing problems.
Okay.
My folder.
Shh, the church is supposed to be a quiet place of worship.
Oh. So, no one else can teach me the rest of, so I can become a priest myself? Is that the bishop's, only the bishop can do that?
Yes.
No one else?
He will assign you a task. And when you complete that task, you will be ordained as a priest.
And you can't do that? It seems
Yes.
like you've been here long enough.
Priestess. What?
What?
No, I am only the bookkeep. I am not a priest or an acolyte. I have no divine powers.
Let's move on. This guy's not worth it.
Stab him. Take his book.
Well, I appreciate everything and for your time.
Uh-huh.
Please be sure to send me that raven whenever the bishop comes back.
I will.
Please.
What was your name again? Citrus?
No.
Alright, where's my ink? It takes a big giant feather quill. Like,
But we're gonna make
He's
an
like- and he
pretty useful.
and he writes down Keytris. And he doesn't even
No.
spell it right.
Keytris.
Keytris?
Keytris. K-E-Y.
I like citrus better.
Okay.
Keytris
Quinn.
Quinn. Alright then. I will send you that raven when we get word of the bishop.
Thank you.
Farewell. And have a good evening.
You as well.
And he kind of like eyeballs the woman next to you. And then he goes back to his pages. Doesn't even let her say anything.
Well, that was
So now y'all return and walk out and you talk to her.
interesting. Very. What's another word for sad?
Depressing.
Upsetting.
Thank you. Very upsetting.
Well, things probably happen for some reason. Some sort of divine intervention or
Yeah.
another.
Great
So,
scribe,
possibly something will happen along the way.
Yeah. I just really wanted to become a priestess. That was my goal.
Perhaps you will reach your goal by another means.
Maybe.
Scabadoo.
Drink a boss.
I'll keep looking forward. Thank you for coming
That's
with me.
needs to go down. You wanna know what I rolled? To steal the money.
Oh, yes.
Steal the monies.
Oh, here are all
Is
your
there, do
other
I need to
dice.
roll for how many girls I get to sleep with?
Well,
that
do y'all
night?
have any that...
No,
Yeah,
he
we
gave
all
them all
know
back.
that.
Okay.
No, okay, fair enough.
I think.
I gave everyone.
I don't know, Hepititus is a pretty good looking guy.
I need to draw my character. I feel like.
What was it?
Wait, added all up together?
No, each individually.
13, 11, 13, 15, 16, 22, 24, 24.
Dang, you rolled high.
Well, I have a plus 6 out of hand.
Sorry, my eye hurts.
But still, anyways.
Okay. So, well...
What are you doing over there?
Oh,
Silver bell bottom?
So while Keytris and I have to write those names down. What's it?
Alida.
Alida are wandering back to the tavern.
Yes.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, back at the tavern, you hear. I mean, when you are get past here, you can already hear the and like the tavern is like shaking. Like,
When the caverns are rocking, don't come knocking.
and
I expected to be spending
Cavern,
my
yes.
evening.
Yeah.
We're doing it in the
either.
cave. I'm
This is gonna be a long journey.
Indeed.
Boys, revive!
And while Hepititus' continuation of chugging everything in sight amps up the boss boys, this allows Iba to weave in and out of their crowd because he kind of blends in with them actually because they're all very big and Tate is very big. So usually he stands out when he's trying to stealth, but with this crowd, plus they're super drunk, super wasted, and he's their size, so he kind of weaves in and out. And so what were they?
They're all like pretty.
Did you write them down? Can I see them?
There's honestly probably more than that.
So 6 coin purses he successfully steals without them noticing. 2 of them, they notice, but he is quick to like slide away or like do something to like distract them because they're so drunk. They're like, oh, where's my coin purse? And Tate's like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I think someone stole it. And they're like, fuck.
What is going on right now?
And they're like, fuck. And then she kind of slips away.
Good man.
2 of them, he goes in. The last 2, he goes in and because they're coin purses, they look like twins. And it looks like their coin purses are right on their, because they're standing right here, and their coin purses are right here on their hips. Like, so he's gonna just like sneak in and take them real quick, snatch them up with his claws. All of a sudden they turn to him to go like, ooh, and he has their coin purses like this. So Tate, they're staring at you, and not Tate, Iba, they're staring at you, and they're like, fuck, bro, did you just take our fucking coin purses?
Fuck, man, we think you're cool.
I take out my short sword. And I say, back the fuck up. And I slowly walk
Okay, roll intimidation. Probably shouldn't have done that. You're stealthy. You should have done like deception.
Shit, yeah, can I change it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
I say, these are yours? Maybe we're fucking on the floor, bros. Fuck!
On the fucking floor?
On the fucking floor, you
Roll.
fucking baited. 15.
Plus what?
Plus, what is it?
Deception.
Deception? 2. 17.
Okay. So they are so hammered. They're fucking, and they love you because you beat Hepititus in that arm wrestle. They're like, fuck, bro. We gotta stop bouncing around like a bunch of idiots. Our purses just dropped on the floor, bro. Bro, you just saved our life. And because they're like, because you found our money, man, we're gonna give you all our money. You can have all our money, man. Take it. Boo, 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 boo. Iba.
So how much do I end up making?
Okay.
How do you say your name? Spell your names.
Well, a lot of them have spent a lot of their money on alcohol. Mm-hmm. So I'd say that each of them you have, so there's 10, right?
Yes.
So 5 of them have 2 gold coins. And 5 of them have, 7 silver.
Like all together or each?
Each, sorry.
Each. Can I have my paper?
Yeah, so 5 have 2 gold coins and 5 have 7 silver each.
Iba is AB.
IBE.
IBE.
IBA.
I'm pretty sure Iba Profen sold to me.
Yeah, but it's...
Oh,
It's just.
so it's IBA.
like the...
What's her name again? Alida.
Alida.
It's gonna be like super rich.
I knew that
I'm
was
gonna call,
the
can I call you Hep for short? Hep,
Yes.
hep.
Going up.
Hep, hooray!
Well, you can do that in character.
Yeah.
Ask him if you can call him.
Hepititis. You said it's a family name. I said it's a family disease.
Okay.
Alida.
So the night winds down a lot. Boss boys,
Goodness.
most of them are passed out now.
Really. Especially William.
Other ones are thrown up outside.
So, can we get together?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I go back to my room.
Well,
I take women to my room.
when are we gonna leave?
I drink.
You'll need to set up when you're gonna leave in the morning.
I shout out as I close my door. See you in the morning! At the crack of dawn!
And you?
I
You
ignore
agree?
everyone
Okay.
and sleep with
So
them.
as Iba shouts that out to the tavern. I assume you two have made it into the tavern to hear it at the last second. I mean, he must be drunk. And you're like, kind of like look at each other like, what the fuck? And Hepititus is gone. I mean, he probably has women in his room. So you two are left to
A
like,
bunch of trannies.
you two are left to discuss like, okay, I guess crack of dawn, and just hope and pray that Hepititus will wake up at dawn and join you guys.
Should we try to wake him up?
You mean in the morning, like when y'all wake up?
I don't know if you want to see that bloody picture.
Ooh.
Okay.
If we make it outside at dawn and he's not there, fairly soon, I'd say within the hour, one of us will come back to the tavern and bang on his door and hope that he will.
Okay. Well then, I will see you in the morning.
Alright, see you then.
Alright.
Okay. I go to sleep.
I don't.
Nice and okay. Bridget doesn't go to sleep. Hepititus doesn't go to sleep for a long time. Maybe he doesn't go to sleep at all.
Alright, just a couple of minutes.
And,
I'm kidding.
and there's a restful sleep. The beds are pretty nice.
Yeah, they are.
Thank God for grog.
And yeah, Grog holds a pretty good establishment. And in the morning, the very crack of dawn, we can keep going because this is where the first encounter happens, or we can stop here and we can pick it up next time.
You know I want to keep going.
I would rather stop.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's fine with me.
I mean, we can go without him and he catches up later.
That's true, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're with your women.
You actually set that up quite nicely.
Yeah, you did.
You can leave. No, I mean, you can stay or leave.
Alright.
We're gonna keep going.
I guess I'll go check up on the boss boys.
We'll figure out a way to get you back with us later.
Yeah. I mean, he'll just be sprinting the entire way to catch
You
up.
got that speed though.
I got the speed.
Well,
edge
we'll send you a raven or a crow.
Yeah.
We'll leave a message. Dog.
I'll send
Before
you a
you
pigeon.
leave, can you make me a...
Hepatitis out, bitch!
I can't believe you named yourself Hepititus.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh god.
It gets better. I don't know how anything could be better than hepatitis.
Lads, we didn't have the opportunity to experience that.
Yeah. Here.
Then the barmaid comes back. She has 2 plates. A bowl of porridge. She puts out. She's like, I put a bit of goat's milk in it. So it's a bit sweet. If you like that, it adds a little sweetness, not too much. And there's your eggs and bits.
Looks good.
Would you like something?
I tell her, bring me all the eggs you have uncooked.
Oh god.
That will be 50 gold. All our eggs. 50 gold pieces.
Bring me half of your eggs.
Oh, that'll be 25 gold pieces.
Put it on my tab.
You don't have a tab, sir.
So open the tab.
You plan on staying here for very long?
Yes.
How long?
Well, let's see. I'll do the card.
Completely unnecessary.
7 days.
7 days. You're gonna be here for 7 days.
Yes.
That's
But
very
I thought
strange.
You were coming with us.
Yes, aren't you coming to escort the cart?
I will do that very quickly and be back.
The dwarf
I
said
have
it was a
to.
multiple
I have
day
to
journey.
warn you, sir, as a DM, that if you open up a tab here and don't pay and then leave, there'll be consequences. Okay.
I plan to pay.
Okay. I'll open up a tab for you then. What would you like? Oh, right. The half eggs. Okay. I'll be right back. It's a very weird order. She goes and she's kind of dumbfounded for a second on what to do. And then she gets a crate and then puts half of the eggs in their stock into this crate carefully because she doesn't want to break any. She comes out. She's actually pretty strong for someone her size. She doesn't look very strong. Kind of carefully puts the crate in front of you. That'll be 25 gold pieces.
Iba, why don't you just pay her now?
I'll
Didn't you
pay later.
Oh,
On the tab then.
Yes.
Are you,
on the
okay,
tab,
if you're
yeah.
very sure, I'll put it on the tab.
Yes.
Okay, she walks away, kind of looking at you guys and then leaves. So, do you eat them?
Yes.
Okay, so Tate
Iba,
eats all the... Iba eats all the eggs. The raw eggs.
disgusting.
Some of the most disgusting eaters I've ever witnessed.
No kidding.
Okay. So y'all can now, I mean, y'all have eaten, y'all feel rested, y'all feel good about to take on this journey. And even though y'all told Gundren that there would be 4 of you to guard the wagon, there's only 3 of you, but you'll try to make do. So, y'all go ahead and go to the stables. Where's Tate? Okay, so Burger's still at the, Hepititus is still at the tavern. He's out. Get the wagons all ready and packed, and the horses are hitched to the wagon. Everything's all ready. So now you'll just decide who is where. And then we all can set out. Just tell me who you... Okay, so Katrina, you're driving? Mm-hmm. So Katrina gets up into the wagon. I'm not Katrina. God. Keytris gets up into the wagon, takes the reins, and kind of sets out, yeah. You go... Yeah. Clap, 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 clap. Clap. You're going through the merchant circle. Make sure you don't run over any early... Because there's a lot of merchants that actually come out pretty early to set up their wares and stuff, and... Actually, y'all are going this way because it's south, right? You look at your map. So Keytris looks at the map and she's like, okay, we're heading this way. And y'all head out. Y'all head out of Neverwinter.
Goodbye, Neverwinter.
And y'all end up a long while.
Where's Bridgers? Oh, nice!
She came prepared, yo.
I'm following along the back.
Okay, so good. So and she's in the front, right?
Yes. I'm
Okay, so they're literally
so I can watch both sides.
Right.
I guess I'll watch the front.
Okay. Bring us away. It's actually really nice out once the day gets started. The sun is out. It's not too hot. There's a nice cool breeze, but it's sunny and it smells nice. The grass is clean. Not too many critters running around. Every now and then you'll see a hare or a deer run into the bushes or the trees.
Should we kill one?
I chase them into the...
And they run away. They're very fast. They're too fast for you.
I'll try.
Thanks anyways.
Ooh.
Let me go.
I pull out my short bow.
So, sorry, what?
I pull out my short bow and I aim to kill the next hare I see or deer.
Okay.
That's highly unnecessary, sir.
Despite, oh my god, what is it?
Alida.
How do you spell it?
Alida.
I'm on a liter of soda.
Oh my god!
Clap, 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 clap.
Okay, so despite Alida's slight protest, Iba pulls out his crossbow and short bow, kind of notches an arrow, but keeps it loose and to the ground. He's walking along with his big scaly body behind the wagon, and don't see anything for a little while, and then a hare darts out from the left of these bushes, and it kind of scrambles for a second. So you fire an arrow.
Yes.
Go ahead, roll d20 with because you're proficient, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Short bow. It's attack bonus 1d6, damage type piercing.
But you rolled a 6.
Yes.
So, Iba, y'all watch Iba suddenly go, and without even aiming, he's whoosh, and the arrow goes, whoosh, and it embeds into a tree 20 feet away.
Wow.
And the rabbit just kind of stops and looks at him, and then runs off into the bushes.
Okay.
Totally missed. Totally missed.
I'm going to see if we can catch one of the beings of the forest.
Would have been true.
I hope your aim is better than that.
Okay. So now it kind of gets quiet. You're just kind of like thinking about how much he failed at that. I'm going to do a quick summary of the day before. In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gungeon Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandalin, a couple of days' travel southeast of the city. Gungeon was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandalin. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a wizard escort named Silver Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You've spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east. Okay, so it's been a few days now after the hair incident. It's been a few days. So you veer east.
The only thing that happens.
Veered east along the Triboard Trail. Yeah, it's not very exciting out there. You've encountered no trouble so far, but now around this part of the territory, it can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. Yeah, just thinking.
Did y'all hear something?
I used my, what is it?
I stopped the cart. Whoa!
Why are you stopping the
Why are we
car?
stopping? If we
Guys.
did hear something, wouldn't it be worse if we were stopped and just waiting for them to come attack us?
I want
Well, what if...
you to roll perception. So roll d20.
What?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I was saying I was gonna use my, what's that thing called? Where I can see if there's any danger in the area. My, like,
Oh,
rogue-
yeah. Is there a roll for that? I guess perception. Just roll perception.
Okay.
And with advantage. So d20.
Perception.
So you go ahead, you roll 2.
12.
20. Plus 4.
Oh shit, that's a crit. Okay.
12
So
plus 5.
natural
That is a
20. You what you did what?
12 plus 5.
5, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. So Keytris, she stopped the cart. And she, in the road, on the trail you're on, the growth has kind of gotten bigger, so there's trees are crowding more around you. And the bushes are a little bit closer to the trail. It's gotten a little bit more narrow, but the wagon still fits along the trail. And there's the trail. Y'all kind of, y'all did, basically y'all are right here, I'm pretty sure. Like right at the corner. So you haven't exactly turned yet. You can see the turn in the road. If I'm correct. I can look at my...
Hole in my sock.
Yeah. So you're right there at the corner. You haven't turned yet. So you can't see past the corner. Katrina, Keytris kind of listens and she goes, shh. And she hears a small snap in the woods, like a twig breaking. And that's it. So you're on alert now. Iba notices something is different about this part of the woods. Like there's shifting of branches. Like the way they're moved, like held, the branches are lower than they should be. It's almost like covering, I guess. But you don't see anything. You don't see anybody. You've been on Triboard Trail. So, nothing. So, you don't see, before y'all turn, you don't see anything. So, now, I guess, because, y'all want to say something to each other?
Those trees look kind of funny. They don't look like normal trees. You know how trees have high limbs around these parts?
Yeah.
Those trees don't.
So do you think that's something strange?
I'm just saying.
I see what you mean.
That's, yeah, someone should at least check it out.
Do you want to, or should we all?
I'll check it out.
Okay.
I, as the scouts, might be better.
She'll check it out.
Okay. So, Alida? Alida,
What?
Oh my god.
basically, you've been on the Tribor Trail for about half a day. As you come around the bend, as Alida comes around the bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you.
Yay! Right, so this is our map. This is
Yes, yeah.
Oh no! Oh.
You're actually, this is the bend. So she comes around the bend. Y'all are right here. Okay, so y'all can only stand in one. See these little squares?
Mm-hmm.
You can only stand in one at a time. Like, stay in one.
Okay.
Well, actually, you and Tate are fine right now, but she's engaged now. Oh, well, closely. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. And there's a giant fallen tree in the center of the path. You want to take a closer investigation?
Yes.
There's nothing, you kind of look around and there's nothing.
I take a few steps closer and investigate.
You can identify the horses as belonging to Gundren Rockseeker and Silver Hallwinter after they rode, because they walked out of the tavern and they rode off from the tavern on their horses. The horses have been dead about a day, and it's clear that arrows killed the horses. So you inspect it closer. The saddlebags have been looted. Nearby lies an empty leather map case. That's the map case.
Yeah.
So, do you want to call your friends?
Um,
Because nothing's happening yet.
I call my friends to come and join me and check out the scene in front of us.
Sure.
I gotta pee first.
Hey guys,
Oh.
she wasn't fucking with us.
Oh my god.
She wasn't fucking with us. No, you gotta wait.
You have to be on one, Tate. What are you doing?
Yeah, his little feet can only be on.
What do you think happened?
I think that some horses got shot by arrows, and they got.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yes.
Oh, come on. There we go. There we are.
Alida, did you already check everything? The purses and whatnot?
Indeed, I checked the saddlebags and the map case, and they're all empty. It seems they were looted.
I grab the sacks and the saddles, and I hold on to them.
Do you put them in the...
Into the map case.
Okay, so now that you've approached the horses,
So we haven't done anything yet.
hang on, give me a second.
Yeah, take your time.
I was gonna put my arm in front of your leg. It'd be awkward. On purpose.
You mean my leg in front of my arm?
Yeah, that way.
I was like-
Sorry.
Looks like my leg's all the way over here. Hey.
Has he done it to you yet?
Yes, he did it to me like the first time I came over here, or like the first or second time I came over here. I was laying on the bed. He came up. He was like, "I can make my body move really fast." So I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, and I was like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?"
He goes, I did not like that.
I did not ask for that.
Pull the wagon forward.
Yeah, so
Nice.
you take life.
Can you? No, I was saying that because you did that. Can you do a train stop? Like,
There's no trains.
but it's like an
think so.
intense, like cart stop.
Okay, well, intense cart stop would not be a train stop.
Woo woo.
Thomas the train.
Like the Hogwarts Express is
Yeah.
supposed to be fun.
That's so funny.
Okay. So now that y'all are closer. Oh no! Go back.
Uh-oh.
What is that? What is that stuff for this?
You put it, you like slapped it down before you even like took it.
She was excited, okay?
So. Ugh.
Take him down first.
A divine energy sort of makes Keytris buzz a little bit. Like she gets like a weird chill up the back of her neck.
Like a spider sense.
Like someone's watching her. Yeah, like spider sense. Iba immediately notices something is wrong and says there's someone here, like someone's about to attack us. So they don't have surprise on you. So that means instead of attacking, because if they had been able to surprise you, like you didn't sense them, they would have been able to attack right away. But 4 goblins, 4 ugly, short, little, tiny. I mean, these guys are pretty big, but pretend they're short, ugly little goblins jump out from either side and are like. They say something in a weird goblin language, like, very threatening. You feel very threatened. These guys obviously are the ones that killed the horses and had something to do with Gundren and Silver's disappearance. Roll for initiative. So, D20.
Initiative. 9.
7. Damn it.
17.
What was it?
She got 17, she got 9, I got 7.
17, 9, 7?
Plus 3. 3.
What? Why?
Initiative? Where's initiative?
Oh, just kidding. Sorry.
Oh, what's wrong?
I was looking at investigation.
Oh, mine was
Oh.
mine you never do investigate.
17, 9, what?
7.
Say a face.
Okay, so you guys...
Kick ass.
Actually, Tate, since he immediately knew... I mean, Iba... God, I don't remember that name.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just push it around the room, right?
Iba goes right before
Sure.
Keytris.
Hell yeah, I'll take this up. Bet. After I attack.
Ooh.
Did you just roll well for the opponents? Oh my god! No! We only have one attacker!
Okay.
You're like the only
So Iba's still gonna go first, because he knew they were there. So, what do you do? I mean, these guys jump out and you immediately act.
Yeah.
Before they can do anything.
I use my short sword and I swing it to hit as many as I can.
So you gotta move forward towards them first.
Okay,
You have to be like right in front of them.
run.
What's your speed?
My speed. Where is it? Where's my speed? 30.
30? Okay, so each of these is 5. So which one are you gonna go towards?
I'm gonna go towards that one, because see if I can like swing and hit anything or something.
2, kind of have to go around. Where's 3, 4.
What?
No, where you right here, right?
Yeah, I can jump over it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So your short sword?
Yes. It says short sword plus 2.
Okay, so what's the roll dice for that one?
What?
Short sword. So 1d6, roll 1d6 plus 2, and then add 2 to the roll.
That says short bow.
What is it? Then what's the short sword one?
It's not there. It has my breath weapon, sneak attack.
Oh, fudge! I forget what the short sword was.
I might have it here.
No, I don't think so. Sounds like it weapons.
Yeah.
Combat position. Where are weapons? Where are the weapons at? Oh, here we go. 146. Short sword.
Mm-hmm. Named Shoddy.
It's named what?
Little Shoddy.
Okay, so it's 1d6
So
plus a 2.
I rolled a 5 or the 6.
Yeah.
The 5 was up.
6.
6.
7, 8. Okay. Oh fuck! I got up. Sorry. Okay, so you rolled a d20, right?
No. Not for this. I did it for the
Short sword.
insight.
Oh, you're supposed to roll a d20 for attack to see if you're successful first. But that'll be your the damage you make if you roll successfully.
13.
Okay, so you aim. Okay, so you're ready. These things jump out, and Iba just immediately goes running for these things and takes out his short sword and tries to go for both of them. Ha! I mean, he doesn't get very far. He kind of anticipates. He kind of moves ahead faster than he thinks and attacks, but only hits one of them across the chest, and it slices through the armor and it gets the little goblin. He's not wearing thick armor either. He's a little goblin. It's more like rags and leather than armor. Gets him across the chest and starts bleeding. He's, ah! And he takes 8 points of damage, so he's fucking dead. So gets him right in the just
Right
blood
in the
everywhere.
testicles.
Right, yeah. And it spills. The blood sprays all over the big dragonborn.
You're nasty.
Yeah.
Eats 70 raw eggs for breakfast.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
It's like brushing my teeth.
Ew.
Gross.
Okay. So that's Tate's turn. I mean, Iba's turn. Goblin. His goblin friend turns with, "Fuck, you killed my friend!" Goes towards, his speed is, 30. 10, 15, right in front of Iba, and, this is so you killed the long-ranged one, and this one,
Probably would have taken you a couple turns to do this.
has a scimitar. I don't know what that is. What is a scimitar?
It's basically a scythe sort of.
Okay, so a little scythe, hand scythe thing, and hacks at the dragonborn scales. So what's your... Go ahead and give me your armor class.
My armor class. What is that? Leather armor.
It should be up at the top.
Top. Oh, 13.
It's a number. Okay, so he goes, and it just goes ding, 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 against his armor and his scales. Sparks go flying, but it does not hurt him.
Well, I was wrong about what a scimitar is, but I was right. It's kind of a curved blade. It's like the pirate swords you see with things.
Oh, okay, so his blade kind of goes.
Yeah, it's still a curved blade. It's not like a
Arabian sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
what a scimitar is. Yeah.
seeing her friend dart off into battle, what does Keytris do?
Keytris grabs her mace from her back
Mm-hmm.
and takes her
Shield. Mm-hmm.
and starts helping him.
Okay, so you're gonna move towards that goblin?
Yeah.
Wait. What's your speed? 30?
Speed is 30.
Okay, so we can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. And you do what?
I attempt to. I swing at him. Attempt to go for his head.
With the mace. Okay,
Yes.
so she goes and she's going to smash the mace against his head. His little goblin head. So roll a d20. 9. Unfortunately, that does not hit. So, I mean, he's a little nimble. So when you go, he's like, swerve.
Okay.
And
Oh shit!
he's a little tiny thing, so easy to miss. He goes, so you're just kind of hitting air. Yeah, and you hear the tiefling, oh shit, around the back. And now, well, then it's Alida's turn. Alida, right?
Alida.
Yes.
Alida.
I decide to. Do we know if there are any other enemies that might come for our cart?
You can make a perception check.
I will make a perception check to
Okay,
see
roll
if
d20
there might
and
be,
add your perception modifier.
if there might be. Oh, I have no perception modifier. I rolled a 19.
Okay, so
Jeez.
Alida she pulls back her hood and uses her tiefling senses. She kind of has enhanced senses, and it's dark outside. She has dark vision. She can see into the night. Looks around into the woods, like peers into the foliage, and she sees nothing. It's just these 4 goblins. There's no no one else coming out to attack.
All right, then I decide to make a sneak attack with my garrote on one of the long range. The
Okay.
remaining long.
In order to make a sneak attack, they have to.
That's the only weapon I have. So.
I mean, you can go to them because the sneak attack is basically a bonus to a regular attack.
Okay.
Like it would double your regular attack if
Alright,
you did
so-
sneak. You have to sneak. They have to like not know you're there.
Oh, so I would just be able to do like a regular.
Yeah, you can go
attack.
up to one and
Okay.
do a regular attack.
Okay, then I choose to normal attack them with my garrote.
Okay, so what's your speed?
30.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, God. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll give you there. Okay. And you. Jesus, these goblins fucking suck. And what's your. That was for the perception. The roll for attack.
So that's still a d20, right?
Yeah.
Attack.
Yeah, go ahead and. Well, you'll roll. If you succeed on the attack itself, then you'll roll for damage.
Okay, so don't fail me. 10. Oh.
Do you have an No, you don't. Okay, so you take your garrote and like. Do you want to do anything like? Because you failed on the attack, but do you want to like do anything cool to like for intimidation? Maybe they'll like back up.
Yes. I will roll for intimidation. What is
Okay.
my intimidation? I'm trying to look. My intimidation is +3. So, and I roll a d20 again
Yes.
for intimidation. Alright. No!
What was it? +3, 7, 8, 9.
9.
Okay. So you're running up to them and you're like, I'm gonna go attack them. But as you like go up to them, you realize like you've misjudged this and like you're not very confident in being able to attack them with the garrote while they're staring at you. So you try to like turn it into this like dance intimidation thing, like making yourself look cool. But you end up like tangling it with your horns and you're like hopping and you're like trying to make a scary face and they look at each other and they look at you and they're like, the fuck? And so that's and then
embarrassing.
and so now it's their turn. So this one
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
5, 10, 15, 20 goes back. Oh, 25, 30. And this one comes up and attacks you.
Fuck.
Okay, so this one, just I guess, what's your armor type? Like, what are you wearing?
Leather armor.
Okay, so I guess you're also you get yourself untangled. You're like that was bullshit. I don't know why I did that. And he goes with his little scimitar and slices through the air as you like quickly, because you're still pretty. I mean, you're pretty nimble, right? Like you have pretty good acrobatics.
My acrobatics is +5.
Yeah. So you're just like you dodge really easily. You kind of like deflect it with. You probably have some sort of arm guard or something. You deflect it, and he fails. And that guy tries to shoot an arrow at you, or his cross. I think his crossbow. No, he does have short bow. So he tries to shoot an arrow at you, but it goes flying off when you're like deflecting the thing. So they aren't very much in sync right now, the goblins. So you leave that encounter unharmed. So now it's Tate's turn again. Iba's turn. Back to Iba. Iba. Whatever.
I will. I'm gonna use my breath weapon so bad, but unnecessary.
Yeah, you're gonna kill people.
Yeah. I will use my short sword and I will kebab the
You
guy.
will stabby,
in
stabby.
front of- Yes, I will stabby.
Okay.
The guy in front of me. That's the plan. Oh, that's a 3.
Okay, so that does not succeed. You
Hey.
kind of stab, but he's so small. You end up like stabbing the air, like
Yeah. Hey, still
next to
stabbing
him.
them.
It's like that picture of that person trying to pet the cat, and the cat's like,
yeah, exactly. So you failed. Goblin, it's his turn. He sees an opportunity when you attack. Oh, fuck. What's your armor class?
13.
No, he fails. He takes the scimitar and tries again. And he goes, ding, ding, ding. He fails. Okay. So it's
Keytris.
Keytris' turn.
I want to do. Can I do a light spell? My light spell?
Light? Does it do damage?
No. Well, I thought because like I can help one of them.
Do you want to heal them?
No.
Or you want to give them?
I
Okay.
have dark
Like a
vision,
distraction.
So you can. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to work with you on how these work. We'll go ahead and a distraction. I mean,
No.
it won't distract them. It'll light up the area though, because it's dark outside.
Oh,
I know.
But I'm pretty sure all of y'all have dark vision.
Yeah, I have dark vision for sure.
I do too.
I don't know if I do.
It should be on your sheet.
Okay, well then
Right.
I will take.
You can do guidance, and that'll give someone an extra D4 roll on whatever check or attack they do.
I'll just do.
I don't think you have dark vision.
You have. Let me see.
Thieves' Cant is what it's called.
You have other spells that hurt that
Oh.
you can use for attack.
I can see danger.
The Sacred Flame can hurt someone.
I'll do that.
You want to use Sacred Flame?
Yeah.
Okay, Flame-like Radiance. So Katrina uses Sacred Flame. She calls to her god, LaRue.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And if you see her, you see a little bit of light kind of glowing behind her head, and there's like this sudden divine like strike that goes through her, and she shoves her hands out towards the goblin, and this light of flame descends upon the goblin from her hands. And wait, I forgot. You should roll for
Yeah,
that.
she has to roll for it.
Roll d20.
And it does
15.
And it goes towards the goblin like a son of a bitch, and the goblin, what was it, 15?
Yeah.
Ooh. The light goes, and the goblin is like, but he's fine, but he's a little staggered.
oh
For
shit.
reasons. So you tried, and you succeeded in doing the spell, but it just didn't seem to work on the goblin for some reason. Like his constitution was just too. He's so determined. You killed his friend, and so now he's still going strong.
What the fuck, Richard?
So now it's Alida.
I roll to use my garage again.
Okay, so roll. Come on, guys.
Come on, honey.
Oh my god.
Nine.
So
Where's Richard?
I know that's what we need.
Where's our
We need the hard hitter. So you try to use your garrote again, but he uses his scimitar to like slice at it. It doesn't cut the garrote, but it forces it down. So you're kind of in a stalemate right now.
Damn it. It's
So goblin turn, goblin's turn, goblin's turn.
Yeah. And my liar.
Okay, so the goblin that you're tangled with right now tries to like slice its sword out so it can hit you again, but you decide to like kind of twist your garrote around it so it's stuck. Then its friend notches an arrow, a black feathered arrow. It comes flying towards you. What's your armor class?
13.
Yeah, it comes flying at you and hits you in the shoulder. It beds really deep. And it's give me a second. It's 1d6. 6 plus 2, so 8 damage on you. So your hit points, or your hit points, you can write it down in your current hit points. So subtract from your hit points and put it in your current hit points box. Does that make sense? She at the top where those 3 little boxes are, it's underneath.
11.
So I subtract 8.
Yeah.
I have 3.
That's why we have a cleric.
Alright, I'm dying!
I
Fuck!
totally
Why
forgot to
do I
use
suck
them.
so bad?
I would have
It's okay.
died. That didn't hit me.
Okay, so you wouldn't have died, you would have passed out. Okay, so that's now it's Iba's turn again. Iba's turn.
That one's not dead, right?
No, it's not.
Dang it.
burnt.
Yeah.
Burnt.
It's a little crispy, but he's otherwise still pretty good.
I swing my short sword in aggravation of not being dead.
Oh dear God.
6.
Bang.
6.
Alright.
And what's my addition to that? It says +2. Short sword
Yeah.
+2.
6, 7, 8. That's still not enough.
Well, plus.
What?
No, I don't think so.
What is
So you
happening right now?
try to stab again. It's like still stabbing air, still stabbing air. So this goblin's getting kind of pissed off. Turns towards Katrina.
No, fine.
Keytris.
Raises its scimitar to slash at her arms. And what's your armor class?
15.
Totally fails. Misses. It's getting a little tired. It's like so now it's Keytris' turn.
I run to.
How many weapons?
Hang on, I know it.
Alida.
Think.
I have 1.
No,
I
does she
run.
have any weapons?
Yeah, she has her
I
mason.
have 2.
Oh.
I run to Alida,
Uh-huh.
and I want to bring her hit points back.
15. Okay. Ugh.
And where are my...
At this point, I'm about to use my back weapon.
Where are my, like...
Oh, you're healing? That's okay, so level 1. I'm pretty sure you have where's your other
Oh shit.
how many slots do you have?
Oh, so I need to be like
2 slots?
behind you.
Okay, so let's just
I
say
think you need to be like.
so you're gonna use 1 right now. You can use Cure Wounds. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which I think is 3 or 5.
My what?
It should be on your last page. Spellcasting ability modifier. No, it's not. Oh, your ability modifier is wisdom, so go back to wisdom. Wisdom.
17 plus
What's
3.
the plus 3? Okay, so plus 3. So it's gonna be 1d8 plus 3. So you have to touch. You put your hands on her and you pray to your god LaRue, and roll. She rolls a 1d8, and then add 3 to it.
Nah, yeah, that one. Okay. 1.
So you get 4 points of healing back to your hit points. So add 4 to.
I have 7 hit points.
It's okay, you guys.
7,
So-
8, 9.
Can she like go back to 11?
I don't know how you killed that first one so easily.
Yeah, what's happening right now?
Okay, so
Yeah, I
you
know.
healed her. That's your turn. I think you can get a bonus action, which is like if you want to attack it
Okay.
with your mace.
Yes.
Okay, so roll d20.
Well, I am holding it still with my garrote.
16.
Finally.
And your mace you get +2, right?
My mace is +2.
Okay, so 16, 17, 18. That works. Roll
It says mace
1d6. So roll 1d6.
6.
7, 8, because it was 2. So you fucking annihilate it.
Thank God.
Nice.
Yeah, knock him down.
Okay.
You take your, you
God.
swing, you're like, don't touch my friend, you bitch! And you go, and his head like explodes, like caves in, and he falls.
Yummy.
So her garrote is free now.
Yes, what the fuck is up, bitch?
Alright,
Okay.
so it's my turn. So my spells are the ones that I can use only once, correct? I have 4 spells that I know that I can only use once on my list right here.
You
'Cause
get
I
them
have
back,
cantrips.
don't
Yes, yes, you can use those.
Okay.
Yeah, after a long rest.
Yeah.
So what is true striking? Do I have that in my papers? Like what the spells are?
Yes, yeah, I printed out.
Okay. I probably should have checked that before.
That's okay.
Oh shit. Here we go. Alright.
Wait, that might not be it.
yeah.
It's the other one.
What's the other? You have 2.
That's your like level up stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh my god, that's so big.
I don't know. She has a lot of spells. It's okay. Take your time.
Bridget comes back.
That would be funny.
So I have.
So you want to go up to the one with the arrow, the bow?
So my cantrips, I have.
Don't put words in your mouth.
No, I'm asking.
I do not want to go up there because I don't want to get fucked up again.
Okay, so is it a ranged spell?
Yes.
Okay.
I choose to use True Strike,
Mm-hmm.
and which means I can point at said long range goblin, and I can see I have brief insight into his defenses.
Okay. Roll. I think you're supposed to roll for that, or is that just something that happens? Like she just does it.
I don't know. It's under cantrips.
It's a
so
cantrip. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll just say it works.
Alright.
Brief look insight into its defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it has leather armor and a shield. Its armor class is 15.
Okay.
So
Shit.
that's
So we
why
have
y'all
to
been
hit it really
struggling. Yeah,
So I got really lucky.
Okay.
yeah.
Said it, Katrina. Good job.
So can I tell other people that?
Said,
Yes.
Hey, it's level class.
Well, I mean, you just have to say we have to hit it really hard.
So I say to Keytris and Iba, Keytris, Iba, we have to hit them extremely hard, much harder than we have been.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
We
said.
have to use much more force than we've been using in the past. I suck too!
I said, alright. Okay.
We got this, team.
Yeah, I've been holding back.
Si se puede.
Sorry, I don't.
Okay, while y'all are
It's a dwarfish.
Dwarfish?
Dwarfish.
shit.
Dwarfish.
I can roll the 2. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you that. Okay, well, while y'all are like squabbling, the goblin's like kind of backing up a little, like a step, and it's getting nervous because now it's two of its friends are dead, and it's trying to decide who to throw the arrow at, and between you and Keytris, and lets an arrow fly, but instead of hitting one of you, it goes between you two, so it completely misses.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
It's like whoosh, like a little bee.
You hear that? You Feel how close that was?
Fucking sword, Mike.
So, Iba's next. I'll get this, I swear.
Iba.
Since the little thingy
The bird was.
turned to stab Keisha.
Oh, yeah, that's
in the
right.
back,
Um,
I reach around and I stab him with my short sword.
Well, you're flanking it, so I think you have an advantage or some sort of bonus.
I have
when you
a
flank.
sneak attack.
No, sneak attack
Oh,
is when
flank.
it doesn't know.
Yeah.
Flank, I don't know what you add with flank.
I don't have it down. No.
I don't know. Flanking?
Flanking? Can I do that too? Can I plank on the goblin?
Flank.
Just pin him to the ground and flank.
Plus 10, bitch!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll,
Okay.
because I know I'll need to do that anyways.
Please roll well. Damn it.
What is it?
Well, 10, but if I get a plus, right?
Well, that's what I'm trying to
Well,
figure
plus
out what
2
flanking
already.
is. So you have 12.
Yes.
I don't know what flanking is.
Why is this so tight? Always. Tired.
Oh, I totally forgot to play. Oh, I gotta get better at this, you guys.
Mhm.
Now I really feel like we're in it. We're just
Now it's, yeah, earlier we were just throwing around
You
swords.
know what? I think he's so eating. He's almost passing the onions. He's like a little snack break. Low blood sugar. The bard. Low blood sugar.
Are those,
Oh no, flanking is when there's two. You could have done. You could have done flanking when Katrina was there. That's my bad. So I'll go ahead and give it to you this time because y'all were technically flanking last, like, when y'all were around it.
what is it?
It's plus 2. So
14.
12, 13, 14. Oh no. You're so close. You can taste it. What are you using, a dagger?
A short sword.
Your short sword?
Do I, like, shave him?
Yeah, you shave him. You slice off part of his clothes, so his butt is hanging out now. So he'll have disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Humiliation.
He'll have disadvantage on his next roll. So actually, that's his turn.
Are those good?
Oh my god! So he's embarrassed. He's holding his butt. And he swings around, but he totally misses you. He's like, ah! Ching! And it hits your scales. It's like, ching! Okay, so Keytris,
Yes.
your turn.
So that the black one just tried to hit me.
The black one?
Is dead.
No, this one.
No, that was earlier. When you were standing over there with
Oh,
Iba,
I see.
he turned to hit you.
Okay. So. I want to go to. No, I have a dagger and a mace. I want to run up to the long range. As I hold my shield up, and once I get to him, I want to grab my dagger
The real throne.
and like jump up in the air and try to stab him in like the neck or something.
Okay. Airstrike! Okay, so
So much better.
5, 10, 15,
Oh,
25, 30. She goes up into the air. Yes. And you are going to die! Roll a d20.
Like, feel it.
Yeah, no, I know.
See if you
Feel
succeed.
it. Feel it right now. If I was-
Succeed! Oh! Okay, and so Katrina's like. Okay, roll. What's the dagger damage?
4 plus 2.
Okay, so
Hell
roll 4.
yes.
Which one's
1d4?
It's a little triangle.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
How does it?
This
3 plus 2, 4, 5. So you go. She jumps up in the air, and you see this little elf cleric in her like priestess robes that go, walk, and she like stabs her dagger into this goblin's neck, and it just like rips into it, and it goes, and he's like holding his neck, and he manages to like it doesn't hit his jugular though, so it just kind of hit like a muscle, so is kind of like going like this now with his little bow, and he's like, ah. So what was it? 5?
What? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's still standing somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
We were doing that with
Okay, so Alida.
Right. Alright. I'm gonna do that one.
That was pretty badass.
I choose to,
Like how the dolphin is.
I choose to inspire Iba with my bardic inspiration. Sing a little
Oh.
song, do a little jig. So I roll for I roll for my inspiration, and I roll 3. So I sing him a little song to inspire him.
So he adds +3 to his next, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I inspired you +3.
She sings you, hit me like a hurricane.
Thunderstruck!
There you go. Thunderstruck. And Tate gets like, I mean not Tate, Iba feels like this like magical inspiration just surging through his muscles, his dragon's muscles, and has to wait his turn because
I just let it seep in.
Doesn't
I
he
just
go
like,
after me?
Yeah.
no,
of that goblin.
the goblin.
Oh.
I just like lean back.
Ooh!
Oh dear God. That's funny.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, no peeking.
What's up for
Okay.
Wait,
So
this goblin's going?
sensing that Tate and Iba's getting amped up, the goblin turns towards you with his butt still hanging out, and takes his scimitar and swings it at your eyeball. Actually, tries to stab your eyeball.
Eye patches are badass.
Closure. Take that.
6 points of damage to your eyeball.
Oh, shit.
So actually, it kind of, I don't want to hit your eyeball, but it scratch. It goes like a, so you'll get a scar up your face, but your eyeball will be fine.
So, minus
But
6.
your vision now is blurred because of all the blood. So -6.
So I have 3.
That's what that box underneath is for.
It's alright.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so I didn't know that until recently. So that was that turn. Now it's Iba's turn, right?
It's his turn.
Okay, your turn, Tate. I mean Iba.
I say, fuck you! And I roll my short sword at his neck. Or his eye.
That's not your dice. Oh, for some reason I thought you grabbed hers. Sorry.
No, I put mine back.
God forbid.
20!
Oh. So what is your
What? Oh,
what's
short
your
sword.
action?
I for his eye.
And I inspired him,
So
so.
+3. I don't know if that doesn't matter, right?
Go ahead and roll for damage.
4.
8, 9, 10, 11.
It's like, okay, so what are you just gonna stab it? How do you want to do this?
I say, fuck you!
Are you
Yeah,
stabbing
yeah, I go over my head and then I go like through his eye and like hopefully like get like back in his head or something.
Okay. So say fuck you in your dragon voice and take your sword, both hands. You're just totally just gonna on this little goblin that's like sees your dragon muscles and like is petrified and the sword, because it's like starts screaming, so the sword goes into its mouth, like down his throat, and you kabob the shit out of this motherfucker, and like blood splurts out of his mouth like a fountain. It's like all over you.
That's why they call me Stubby.
And then I like lift him up over my head and I'm like, ah!
Okay, roll intimidation for the other one, because that one's totally dead.
Okay, what die is that?
Just D20.
D20.
Plus your intimidation. Okay, so yeah, it's totally like it's still a little freaky. It's not scared, but it freaks the goblin out.
It's like, oh bitch, what the fuck?
And story progression.
Kill him.
Good story progression.
You got really close though, bitch.
He was like, boom.
And I was like, ding, 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 ding.
So all of his friends are dead,
All my friends are dead.
and he looks around and he sees the three who are still standing. Y'all have not died. I mean, one of you is a little staggered, but he realizes he cannot take on this badass motherfucker's strength, and just I think it's. Totally books it northwest. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for a. God damn it!
What are you doing?
I'll roll another one. I can't read it. 20. Okay. What? So yeah, he totally.
Damn!
He's like
What
he
is that? I
turned.
want to know what that one is. What's that
Like
one?
rockets right
Like in
out of it.
Scooby-Doo where it's like
What?
splash.
It's on the ground.
Still, I want to know what it is.
19.
Oh, fuck.
And goblins have advantage to
Yeah.
disengage, I think. So
So can he like still die since he's bleeding out?
no. He while he's running, he takes a rag from his shirt, like tears off the wraps around his neck.
Chokes himself because he's kind of into that.
Okay.
That was a success, right?
You turn to your friends. All these dead goblins around.
Indeed, but we don't know what happened to. We don't know what happened to Dungeon and Silver.
They immediately look back, see me looting
There's nothing to loot.
the goblins.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Iba.
I mean, if you want, you can roll. Fuck, I don't know what you roll. Give me a second. Perception, I think.
I can tell if there's
Investigation. Roll for investigation.
using my thieves' cant. Investigation.
You can do what?
-1.
-1 for
I have
investigation.
thieves' cant. So 11, so 10.
You rolled
Okay,
a
so you root around the bodies and you don't find anything.
Ugh! The broke ass goblins.
Hang on, give me a second.
Is this?
I don't know. It was there. Whatever.
Oh, there's supposed to be 2.
What's funny is you could have captured one, but you didn't.
You murdered them.
There's supposed to be. No, don't.
I need like a paperclip or something.
Yes. Safety pin.
Actually, I think one of them. It would have had to be exactly 0, I think.
Oh, we like murdered them.
Yeah.
Can I use my
Give me a second.
perception to check the footprints? I didn't.
But I mean, you
find
have
anything.
several options right now.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
I didn't find anything.
We are the champions.
Because basically what the goblins were trying to do was rob your wagon. Like, to kill you and then take your wagon.
What I'm wondering is if Homeboy and Silver were already ahead, why not take the cop themselves?
So you can either search for the goblin trail, like go after the goblin, or continue to Phandalin to deliver the goods and try to find out more information there, or come back and try to look for the goblin trail without the goods, like get your 10 golds each and then come back.
I say, in the interest of our mission, that we move on to Phandalin and come back and tie up loose ends later on.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I think we're all quite concerned with making our money.
I agree, I say maniacally. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I guess that will work for me.
Okay. So y'all in agreement?
Yes.
Okay, so you
But I would really like to know where Silver and Gertrude.
Gundren.
They're not the ones giving us our money.
Yeah, but I mean, their horses are dead. Everything's gone.
Perhaps someone in town will know of their adversaries, and we can pursue them once we know of their names and locations.
Oh, we make our money.
It's always you and money, isn't it?
I have my reasons.
I
Uh,
bet you do.
once we have the money, it will be easier to
For my
find
baking shop.
wares and means to pursue them. So perhaps we could find some steeds or some more supplies.
Okay. Just really want to make sure they're okay.
I respect your nobility.
Okay, so y'all in agreement?
Yes.
Head to Fandolin? Okay. So y'all gather y'all things, get the wagon. Katrina goes, Keytris goes back on the wagon, head, and y'all say Keytris does a little prayer for the horses. Iba says fuck you to the dead goblins. And then y'all keep going.
And it would have been nice to have had the barbarian on our side.
Yeah, no kidding. Where the heck is he?
Just pass the fuck out. Okay, so y'all go a little, because y'all are right here. This is the ambush site. This is the ambush site. Right here. And so he ran off this way. That way. And so y'all go a little bit while later.
Not me.
I think.
Yes, it does. Okay.
So y'all, I guess a few days later,
I like this drink. Another.
or half a day later, or a day later, whenever, y'all, soon. Later.
They annihilated the Funyuns.
No.
I had like 3.
Who's Bridger, honestly?
Pretty. All of them.
And I guess y'all are on your way to Fandolin. And we'll pick up there. You're like on that little.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're on this road now. And we'll pick up next time
We're on the home stretch.
in Fandolin. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
So I think you'll get. Fudge. I'm pretty sure with goblins. It's everything. I don't know what my paper went. You'll get their 50 experience points each. So there was 4 of them, so 50 times 4 is